welcome back to the house where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics. I'm excited to be back with you guys on this beautiful Monday morning, okay? I'm actually filming this Sunday night, okay? It is 12:08. Well, I guess technically it's Monday morning. But anyways, you guys, I wanted to come on here and I wanted to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta because, honey, last night's episode was a hot mess and we got to get into it. So I'm going to title this video, Kandi reveals secret NDA that she makes all her partners sign, okay? And Kenya is officially broke and she admitted her brokenness on last night's episode. So we're gonna get into it all. If you I'm just laughing at the broke part, like it's a mess. So we're gonna get into it all. If you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. And let's get straight into the video. All right, y'all, so let's just get straight into it, honey. Okay, it's a whole new setup. I got a new lens for this Sony camera that I have. And so, honey, the videos are about to be popping, okay? The videos are about to be crazy, so stay tuned. 2021, House of Aaron, okay? We are upgrading. Now, let's start off with last night's episode of RHOA, honey, okay? Ralph is gifting Drew Sidora a scooter, okay? And all I have to say about this scene is that Ralph is just fine, okay? The man is just fine. Drew Sidora last night put up a post of a picture of her husband, Mr. Ralph Pittman. And honey, when I say that body is right and tight, okay? Like, listen, I am so glad Juan Dixon is not here right now because, honey, Juan ain't got nothing on Mr. Ralph. Y'all, look at this picture. Like, his body is so chiseled in all of the right places. And I'm just like, honey, Ralph, you can take me to the dungeon anytime and any day. So in this next scene, you have Miss Kenya Moore Hair Care talking to Miss Latoya Forever, the YouTuber. Okay, how'd you say? Is that a job? Okay, that's a real job, doing YouTube? Okay. And so yeah, Kenya's talking to Latoya about taking the private jet down to South Carolina. And I just find it interesting because like I said in a previous video, you dogged out Fallon's private jet, but then turned around and rented your own private jet to go all the way down next door to South Carolina, okay? Now let's talk about that real quick. Why would you rent a private jet to go to the state that's just next over, okay? Now I guess, and I can only assume that it's because of the COVID-19 in the words of Mama Joyce, but still, like, you could have got first class, business class on Delta or, you know, American Airlines or Spirit or something like that. Like, we know Kenya can at least afford Spirit because she admitted on this episode that she was not able to afford a $50,000 mid-size plane for all of the women to ride on, which is the reason why she could only fly Brooklyn, the nanny, and her new best friend slash girlfriend, Latoya Forever, the YouTuber. And so I just thought that that was really interesting. She said that it would have probably cost her around $50,000 to get that mid-size plane. So I'm assuming that the private jet maybe cost her, what, 10 to 15,000? Maybe 25? I would say 10 to 25, maybe. I don't know. I've never been in the market to rent a private jet. If you have, let me know how much they cost in the comments down below. But yeah, Kenya was basically like, I'm not spending $50,000 to, you know, haul all these women in a plane to go next door. Like, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna take me and my girlfriend and my kid and we just gonna be all right. Now, also in this scene where Kenya and Latoya were having brunch, Kenya did something that was really weird. And I was just looking at the television screen like, did she really just give this woman, okay, her new best friend Latoya, the YouTuber, a pair of her own panties? I just thought that that was very frisky. Okay, Kenya, that was really freaky to gift Latoya, the YouTuber, your own undies. Kenya said, I was going through my stuff one day and I just said, oh, here's some undies that I've never worn. Let me give them to my girlfriend Latoya. I was just like, girl, okay, that's a little bit weird. I'm happy that they have never been worn. I have a feeling that Kenya may have, you know, tried them on maybe once or twice and just decided, yeah, these are not for me. I'm gonna gift them to my new girlfriend. But girl, what is you doing? Okay, what is you doing? Kenya, I am not here for that. So now we're gonna fast forward to Drew Sidora's little, you know, get together shindig event that she had going on at her house. Now Drew, I would have waited until you got into the new, beautiful, lovely home for you to, have a little event. But the current home is cute too. But all I have to say about this scene is, honey, Drew, you look not the best, okay? Your look is less than stellar. It did not hit the mark. I did not like that poodle wig that you had on, okay? If you were trying to combat, this narrative of you being the worst dressed, you having the worst wigs, and you having the worst, makeup and whatnot, I wouldn't have worn that. Y'all, she had a poodle as a wig. And I was just like, who told you to do that? Like, who told you to do that? But listen, Ralph liked it, okay? He named wig Sasha. And so if your fine ass husband likes it, then listen, I love it too, okay? But yeah, she had the poodle wig, she had the blazer, which the blazer was okay, but then she had these salsa, Dancing with the Stars pants on that I wasn't a fan of. And then to top it all off, like, I hate to come for a woman's looks, and I apologize, but her makeup was just, that was the worst makeup, okay, in Housewives of Atlanta history. I'm like, girl, like, it's like the purple eyeshadow was just going from the eyes to the cheeks to the damn chin. I was just like, girl, take it off, wipe it off. I'm gonna need you to use some Neutrogena, makeup wipes, and start from a blank canvas, because it just wasn't it. With that being said, honey, did Kandi take a shot at Drew's event? I could have sworn that Kandi is not a drinker. I could have sworn that she prides herself off of always being sober to be able to be a bone collector because, she remembers everything. But if my memory serves me correctly, it looked like Kandi was taking a shot of tequila at Drew's house, okay? I love the new Kandi. I love the Kandi that likes to drink and get drunk, okay? Because I'm the same way. I do like to drink and sometimes get a little out there, okay? Get a little wild, get a little crazy. So shout out to Kandi Burruss for loosening up and taking that shot of tequila at Drew's house. And shout out to our girl, Miss Portia, for being respectful about the situation and being a girl's girl. When she was asked in the confessional how Ralph was looking, Portia was just like, yeah, that's more of a question for our good sis, Miss Kenya Moore Hair Care. And then they panned to Miss Kenya Moore Hair Care's confessional, and Kenya was just like, he looks good. I mean, he's cute. And I'm just like, like, Kenya, you still have not learned your lesson from Apollo. Y'all remember when Kenya was asked about Apollo, and Kenya said, Apollo? He's kind of fine. And then commenced to flirting with him on the group trip. And I'm just like, Kenya, like, what is you doing, sis? Like, I know you are in a failed marriage, and I know you on the prowl and you're hunting for a new man, but stop talking about people's husbands, girl. Everybody hide your husbands when it comes to Miss Kenya Moore Hair Care because, honey, nobody, no man is off limits. And then also shout out to Miss Portia again for being messy. Like, I'm here for the bone collector tease, okay, honey? And normally, I don't really like the bone collector. Like, when Sheree was the bone collector, I was just like, girl, get a job, okay? Get something to do, get a new man, because, honey, Tyrone really isn't keeping you busy enough, okay? You better call Tyrone in the goddamn jail cell. Yeah, I hated when Sheree was the bone collector. When Kandi was the bone collector, I was like, girl, your 50 million businesses ain't keeping you busy. Like, it was just a mess. But when Portia is the bone collector, it's all about timing. Because this season has been so dry and so stale, okay, like an old loaf of nasty bread, okay, Sara Lee, we need some drama. Portia said, I'm finna take off my Portia Luther King Jr. hat, okay, and put on the bone collector hat and be messy. She dropped the bomb when it came to Latoya talking about Shamari's wig. You guys know we talked about this a couple of days ago. Drew said, that's my quarantine wig. It's COVID, like, don't talk about my quarantine wig. And this, that, and the third. And then we saw Drew, shake the hell out of Latoya talking about some, what does she do again? YouTube? Okay, she has a YouTube channel. That's a job. Well, okay then. But I can almost guarantee you that Latoya is probably making more money off of YouTube than Drew is off of her acting career at the very moment. Because the last time we saw Drew Sidora was like, what, 2016 in the TLC movie? Like, girl, you really not doing that much, okay? You're not doing that much. And so don't be shading, you know, Latoya and her being an influencer when, honey, the acting jobs have definitely dried up. Hence why you are on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm just saying, okay? It is what it is, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Also at Drew's event, we saw Miss Drew sing a little bit, okay? She decided to give us a little Amazing Grace. And, you know, she has a beautiful tone, beautiful voice. She's not an amazing vocalist, but she can definitely be a singer if she wanted to. But I'm just like, I'm sorry, but is it just me? Or do I think Bravo really dropped the ball when it came to dropping Shamari? Because I kind of feel like Drew, Shamari, like, if we was just gonna put another singer on the show, why didn't we just keep Shamari? Because honestly, even when it comes to the shade, Drew does give a lot of good social media shade and confessional shade, but I felt like Shamari did too. Like, Shamari was a shade assassin on Twitter, and she was also giving us a lot of shade in the confessionals, which I appreciated. All I'm saying is, we could have kept Shamari, okay? If we wanted another actress, singer, Tyler Perry reject, we could have, you know, kept with goddamn Demetria McKinney, okay? We could have kept Kim Fields. I'm just saying, I just feel like they bring on the same old okie dokes and then get rid of them the next season. And I'm just like, why? Because at this point, we're getting a little tired of Kandi. Okay, we're getting tired of Cynthia. They aging out. I'm just saying. Moving on, fast forward to, the ladies are getting ready to go to Charleston, South Carolina. You know, Kenya and Latoya are talking about the situation that happened at Drew's house. Basically about Portia dropping the shade bomb. About Latoya talking about, you know, Drew Sidora's wig. And while they were talking about the whole situation, Latoya really fixed her lips to say that Portia is being extra for bringing up the situation, okay? For being the bone collector. And Latoya, that's very ironic because you are the most extra newbie that has ever been on this show besides Miss Yvonne, who was just so damn thirsty, okay? Latoya, you are literally one step away from being just as thirsty and extra as Yvonne was. You are so immature. You are extremely extra. You are extremely childish, right? We are on a show with a whole bunch of grown-ass women, and you are on here acting like a child. Like, I'm gonna need you to grow up, okay? And this whole wig debacle is getting a little old. Like, how many years are we gonna have controversies about wigs, okay? Last year, you had Tanya bring on, you know, Kenya's little raggedy wig, and this year, y'all want to dog on Drew Sidora's quarantine wig. It's like, let the wigs go, okay? And this is why people would rather watch Potomac over Atlanta, because on Atlanta, we talking about wigs, and in Potomac, we talking about Michael Darby wanting to have his way with Juan in Las Vegas. Like, the drama just don't add up, okay? It just don't equate. What else can I talk about? Shamia having a confessional. Okay, shout out to Shamia. And not only did she have a confessional in this episode, but Shamia looked really freaking good, okay? So shout out to Shamia. And y'all, okay, this is what I really want to talk about. Miss Kandi, honey, okay? Miss Kandi Coated Nights, Miss Bedroom Kandi. Because Kandi was really getting hot and bothered and really freaky on this episode. While they were on the bus on their way to Charleston, South Carolina, they were talking about threesomes, right? And if y'all notice, okay, sidebar, they're dropping little hints about what's to come with this whole threesome situation with Tanya, Portia, and Bolo, the stripper, because they dropped the floor plan situation on whose room is next to who, but then they're also bringing up and highlighting certain conversations on the bus, like threesomes, okay? And we know that Portia, Tanya, and Kandi were very heavily involved in this conversation about threesomes on the bus, okay? So the producers are dropping hints about what's to come with this whole strippergate situation. With that also being said, like I said, while they were on the bus, they had a conversation about threesomes. Tanya ended up asking Kandi, like, so Kandi, when you have threesomes, do you make the third person sign an NDA? And Kandi was just like, of course I do. And I was just like, Kandi, like, you really be into third legs. I just think that is so unsexy to make somebody sign an NDA. But I mean, I understand, like, you're on a reality show where any and everything is off limits, okay? So if it does get out there, you know, they're gonna bring it up on the show. But I also understand that Kandi is, you know, affluent, she's a celebrity, she's famous, and so it does make sense for her to give, you know, her sex partners a NDA. And, you know, I just thought that that was quite shocking, like, because as soon as you have sex with somebody, y'all notice how they want to shout it from the rooftops, like, oh, I did it with them too. And it's just like, girl, like, why are you bragging about the situation? Like, you acting like you ain't never had sex before. You acting like you ain't never had a threesome before. I need you to bring it on down in the words of Miss Kandi Burruss Tucker. Now, moving on from that situation, okay? That was some tea that Kandi dropped. She makes her sex partners with Todd sign an NDA. I'm gonna make that the title of the damn video. With that also being said, this was just overall another good episode because there was a lot of group activity, you know, group events and things of that nature. I've noticed that the past 5 episodes have been super dry and stale because there hasn't been a lot of group events, and I feel like it's starting to pick up after Portia's, you know, BLM event, after, you know, the chill engagement party event. And then now in last night's episode, we saw the ladies at Drew's event. We saw the ladies on their way to, you know, Charleston, South Carolina. And so it looks like the season is picking up after it being so damn dry and stale and boring. And I'm just super excited to see what's next. So let me know what you guys thought about the whole situation, the whole episode, down in the comments below. I'm gonna wrap it up right here. If you guys liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you guys a little bit later. Love you, and don't forget to create a great day. Bye, you guys.